Goose
we
is
just never
Gus's.
we just never schedule it. Well, you can do it. I don't want to do it.
Shit, maybe fuck. You gotta push me into stuff. I don't do stuff.
But like,
That's what I was telling Kai that, like, you literally have to put it in the schedule or else Nick won't do it.
hey everybody, welcome back to the Anime Summit podcast. It's your favorite host with the most, Sam the Mom. There was somebody on Discord recently who was like, Sam the Mom is funnier. I was like, okay. So I'm Sam the Mom this week. And with me every week is Danny Hootenanny.
Ooh, I'm a ghost.
You're scaring the shit out of people, okay? Just cool it. And Nicolika High, Mecca Heidi Ho.
If you want to play a little game.
Okay, you guys are scaring all the listeners away. Okay, shut up. God.
I should have had the little tricycle bell as I did that.
Yeah, ring, ring, ring. I'll put it in there. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. Dude, I do like the Saw series, though. I do like the Saw series. Speaking of horror,
Hey, that was on Framed.wtf the other day.
oh, I missed it. I
Today?
haven't been playing Wordle.
Might have been today.
I haven't been playing Wordle or Framed. So
Framed is the best
Framed
game
is,
that nobody knows
Framed
about.
is the best one, I think.
Framed, FRAMED.WTF. It's just like Wordle, but with you get a frame of a movie and you get six chances, 6 different frames,
And
and you guess
the movie becomes more obvious each guess, right? So you see how
Yeah, it's a little bit easier each
you
time.
see how quicker you can guess it than other people or whatever.
And they got movies from every year, old movies, new movies, whatever.
Yeah, there's no discrimination. It's actually challenging. Yeah, they don't just do popular stuff.
I mean, they might lean a little more towards new. I mean, they don't have as many black and white, but they've had some fucking old shit.
they've had a
in
couple
there,
black
so.
and white ones. Yeah, I think one of them was Citizen Kane because obviously Citizen Kane is regarded as.
I hate that movie. I had to watch that for my film class in college.
It's not even
I
that
don't
hype.
understand. I don't understand how that movie is
It helped
like-
with techniques. I think it helped with
Yeah,
movie
that's
making
true.
techniques.
That's true.
I don't know the situation, but
I don't know the situation. So yeah, speaking of movies or horror movies, speaking of horror, I should say. This week we're gonna sit around and bullshit, talk about some anime that you can watch during Halloweeny, okay? Because it's Halloween soon. We're doing a couple of spoopy things, alright? And hell yeah, let's just get right down to it, shall we? We're gonna. I have a list here, a small list. Danny's got a few, Nick's got a few, and we take these as recommendations for you guys to watch. This week and next. Maybe you have a Halloween party, you can put one of these on in the background. Sit down, watch one of these with a friend. I think they're perfect for this time of the year, that kind of thing. So let's get right into it. Links.animesummit.net. You can find all the links right there. Where to listen, where to party, where to farty, where to hardy. Okay? And also, patreon.com/anime summit. Become a patron today. Give a honey bear more freckles on her nose. We decided to take Honey Bear's probation off. So she takes Smokey's spot. He was a fun cat. So Honey Bear is now the new producer. She actually does more work than Smokey. She just does it wrong. A lot. A lot of the times when I tell her, okay, can you leave this note with Nick? Can you tell Nick about this? Can you tell Danny about this? She often puts Danny's notes on my desk and Nick's notes on Danny's desk. And it's kind of a mix-up.
No, I
She's
tell her to
new.
do that.
Okay, well now
It goes down the chain,
you fucked her up.
Down, it rolls downhill.
And I fucking, it's really funny actually. No, joking aside, it was really funny because Danny was like, are we recording tonight? I was like, no, we're doing Thursday because we said Thursday. And she was like, oh, okay, I didn't know. I thought we were just waiting and seeing. And I was like, oh, Honey Bear forgot to fucking tell you probably. And then I was like, God damn it. And I pretended to get mad. And Nick and Danny started calling her HB. And I was like, Nick was like, tell HB to clean up around the hallways around here. It's filthy.
Yeah.
And so now me and Trisha call her HB. She's fat. Anyway. Yeah, dude. Also, shout out to new patron Matt SW. I don't want to say your last name, but Matthew and
Woo!
Mind Blaster for becoming patrons. Shout out to Jeremy Thunderstrikes for re-up. Let's go. And I want to just apologize to Matthew because they actually became a patron a couple weeks ago and we forgot to shout out their name. So double shout out for Matthew. Okay. So thank you for that. Also, get our Spotify ratings to 100 so we can make Danny review School Days and do a live stream, have giveaways, parties, play games. It's going to be fun. Listener question of the week. Knock.
This is from Fruit, and they say, you leave a bowl of candy out on your porch for trick-or-treaters that says, use the honor system. Which anime character dumps the whole bowl into their bag anyway?
Denji.
Yeah.
Denji takes the bowl. He doesn't even... he doesn't dump it. He takes the bowl, too.
Yeah. Or Luffy, probably. Well, no, Luffy probably not. Luffy would probably take more candy than...
He would take like half the candy.
Yeah, he wouldn't take the whole thing. But yeah, he would...
I don't know anything about Luffy, but that's what... he's a pirate, so he's got to be like a little bit pirate-like. You know, he's got to maintain his brand.
That's true. Nami would take the whole thing because she likes the bowl or something. Nah, but like I think Denji's probably my best answer. What about you guys?
Oh, no, the best answer is Panty and Stocking, the one who eats candy. I forget which one it is.
I think
You know
that-
what I'm
I
saying,
think
right?
it's- Wait, isn't that you mean one of them? It's probably Stocking.
Yeah, one of the Panty and Stockings.
I don't remember who it is. I think it's
Stocking.
I think it's Stocking though. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. What about you, Danny? Fake fan. Me and Nick don't remember.
You know what? Probably Soma from Food Wars, because he'd probably want to use the candy for like
To torture
a-
the one
a
girl.
dish.
He'd make peanut
Yeah.
butter flavored
like a
fucking
cooking
shrimp.
dish or something.
Yeah, he'd make jelly covered shrimp.
Yeah.
He'd like get like Snickers and mix it with like a like I don't know oysters or something, and
Yeah.
grill it and be like, check this out, look at this dish. It's delicious. Try it.
I thought of one more character, Cell from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh yeah, he's a dick.
He would just take his tail and suck it all up and be like,
This
That's what he
isn't
would
even
do.
my final form.
that's Frieza, but also Frieza. Which good guy character would do it? Which non-evil character? Oh, Umaru-chan. She would take it all.
I was gonna say one of those like yahtzee characters who doesn't think about, you know.
They're selfish about their decisions.
Which secretly greedy character would do it? Like you think they're good, but they're not. There's less good.
I would say Nami because she's really greedy. Nami is super greedy.
Oh, you're on that One Piece kick.
Yeah, I'm on the One Piece kick still.
Aren't they all pirates though? That's not okay.
No, that's true, but like she's more of like she's always thinking about money and shit. So I feel like, you know, she's always like, oh yeah, we could sell this, you know, whatever. But whereas Luffy and everyone else is thinking about food and whatever. But I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't know. Latest chapter was wild. Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, that Jump Rope Canyon arc is coming to a close.
Jump Rope Canyon. No, that's a good question, Fruit. Thank you. Shout out, Fruit. Danny, who is a waifu and has bando?
Waifu is Yuki Cross from Vampire Knight, and husbando is Alucard from Hellsing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wait, I've never seen Vampire Knight. Is that a new one?
No, that's like
No.
that's like
It's from 2008.
I was gonna say it's like mid 2000s.
Typical Danny. All right. The early aughts. Well, mid-late aughts.
Aughts.
I should check that one out. I'm sure it's good.
It was on Netflix for a while. I don't think it is anymore, but you can probably find it somewhere. But Vampire, yeah, I never watched it. But you picked two vampires, right? Isn't Yuki Cross a vampire?
It's in the title there.
No.
Yeah, but I don't know if she's a vampire character. I know Alucard is, but
She's she's a human.
oh, okay.
The characters the other main characters that are at her school are vampires.
Oh, okay. I don't know that much about it. So,
So
you know what? I mean, these are shows that I think we each got a little small list in mind, but like, I think that the anime, like, what is your guys's like criteria when you were looking through lists earlier and whatever, doing your research? What was your criteria for like, okay, this would be good to watch, for Halloween? Did it have to be necessarily be all horror and scary? Did it have to be gory? Did it just have to have monsters in it? Does it make you horny? What do you
Does it make you horny?
what's your criteria for that? Because for me, I was just kind of like, anything with monsters, doesn't necessarily have to be scary. Anything associated with like, a witch or something like that, maybe. I wouldn't necessarily say something like, Familiar of Zero or, Elena the Wandering Witch or anything like that, because those aren't necessarily. Those are like.
Oh, those are newer ones.
Those are like.
That's more fantasy.
Yeah, those are more fantasy with witches in them.
So like Witch Hat Atelier when it comes out is going to be more fantasy.
Yeah.
You could. That could work for Halloween. It's Halloween-y-ish.
Halloween-y.
There's the brimmies, the brim hats.
But like Flying Witch would be considered more.
That's not really Halloween. I mean, she's a witch, I guess.
But I mean,
it's a softcore Halloween.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, like, there's things that are out there that are Halloween targeted that are for all audiences, right? So I figured.
So I kind of would consider something that generally happens at night a lot.
Sure.
They come out at night mostly.
Anything that kind of, even like something that has to do with some sort of thriller as well, I would say, and it has like a twist to it. For example, like Death Note, I think I would consider like semi Halloween because of the Shinigami and stuff, and just the events that happen in the show, because it's kind of like a thriller and it's slightly spooky in a way.
Yeah, I think on your first episode was in October, and we reviewed the live action of that. Which, like, speaking of which, is about the time you've been here, is like your anniversary on this podcast, which is right about now. Yeah. Shout out, Danny. But like, yeah, no. What about you, Nick? What was your criteria? Just like it had to be straight up spooky, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, like a little bit spooky, but then I prefer I prefer like the funnier Halloween stuff that's not like too scary. Not the straight up horror stuff.
Like Shaun of the Dead, I think, is a good example of that, right? Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, going to live action, like that one has a little bit of horror, but it's also very funny and like it has rewatch value. But like The Conjuring, haunted house type shit, I get scared of my ass. I can't handle that. But like zombie stuff, zombies is good. Anything zombies, right?
A little girl, a horse, and a zombie.
Like School Live, the anime. Is it live or live? Nobody ever knows.
Live. I always thought it was School Live.
That one's interesting because it's like a little bit funny, not really, but it's kind of a mind fuck.
Mm-hmm.
It's like cute girls doing cute zombie things, pretty much, and then there's a big twist right in episode 1, and it's just watch episode 1. I kind of spoiled it by saying it has to do with zombies, so. But still,
shame on you.
Episode 1 is cool. Like even knowing what it's about, just go watch that. It's really cool.
No, it is really
there's
cool.
subtle hints.
Yeah.
There's like all these hints that it's like not what you think it is. So it's pretty sweet.
It's the way it's executed, Like yeah.
But yeah, I like the fluffy Halloween stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
Like ghost stories.
Yeah, ghost stories, because it's supposed to be scary, but they turn it into a comedy. I fucking love that shit.
Yeah, the story behind that is just hilarious. I assumed that was going to be on one of our lists, so I didn't say it. But like, yeah, that's. I mean, it's supposed to be like a legit, like kind of paranormal mystery kind of show, and then what was the deal? It was like, and someone's gonna.
I don't remember. There was one guy who like somehow convinced the studio. Anime World Order did an episode on this where they talked about it. They know everything about it. But anyway, it's like some guy convinced the studio to let them write their own dialogue or something. And apparently that one guy is like actually not even very successful with other adventures, but with this one, he did a good. They did a good job. I don't know who all wrote it. I'm sure they riffed off each other and stuff, but it's almost SNL style, like Saturday Night Live almost. except with more racy jokes.
Yeah, they're definitely dated at
So-
this point, but they're still kind of funny. But like, yeah, no, I think
No, I think it's even funnier now.
I
but
think it's
that's just me.
I think it's something like along the lines of like it was like because like the dubbing companies couldn't get the rights to it or some the distribution companies in North America, the rights were in the air, and then when they finally got it, they were just like, well, let's just fuck around because it's been like 5 years since this thing came out, so fuck it. But like, yeah, I don't remember. But anyway, I mean, that's a good one where you could just like put it on and laugh during a Halloween party. You know, you could turn.
Oh, Stephen Foster. Okay, that's the guy who's thinking.
Oh, okay.
He threw out all the original script, and whoever voice actor got there first would set the tone and subject for the scene, which meant the other cast members had to follow those footsteps.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's like SNL. It's improv basically. Like Whose Lines It Anyway almost.
And then
That's kind of how they did it.
and then instead of it being bloopers, it was like the actual thing that they put out.
It's literally a whole season of bloopers.
Yeah, that's literally
the
what
show.
it is. Yeah.
Like if you watch the original Berserk, they have bloopers in there. It's basically that for a whole show.
Yeah.
And this is all according to the dubbing.fandom.com. I'm getting that info.
So I think that's a good.
It also proves that Americans are funnier than Japanese.
All right.
do you think about that?
Humor's different.
Japan, huh? Step it up.
The humor's different. The humor's
Yeah,
different.
we have different cultures.
Yeah, like,
Also, their puns don't translate as well.
they
I'm
make
sure it'd be
they
really
make
funny if I knew Japanese.
they make fun of themselves a lot, where we just make fun of each other a lot, and sometimes in a shitty way. But like, no,
That's why they like the English so much, because they do the same
the
thing.
Ingress, yeah, dude.
The British.
The British, it's a bit odd, isn't it? I'm gonna just go ahead and jump right in here.
Chainsaw Tuesday, we're recording this.
Nick stole that from me and Ev and King, and you should give us $1 for every time you say it, because you don't even.
Yeah, but I added the chew. Are you chew sure about that emoji to it?
No, because you
can't even say
you
the
didn't even read the mango chutney. Did you read it?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah, I read the manga.
I don't think you read it.
I read all of it except for the one chapter with the snowballs,
So the most
And if you
important,
know, you know.
the most important one.
because it wouldn't load on my phone.
So you didn't think to
Okay.
go back and like finish it and read it?
And then I was just like, they'll tell me in club, but what I probably get the gist,
But you're not reading it now or watching it now, so shut up.
No, there's new stuff now, but I am following the subreddit Chainsaw Folk, and it's very funny.
Oh my god.
They meme everything.
Speaking of which, that's a currently airing show, so you can like just started. So that'd be a good Halloween one. But beside
Yeah,
that,
that's a pretty good Halloween one, Chainsaw Man.
and another one I'll mention too is Call of the Night, which we talked about last week, so you can listen to that. But I think Call of the Night's a good one too, because that's kind of like a slice of life, kind of cute about vampires and night. That's a lot of nighttime scenes. But one I would say that I was gonna say, just because they're easy to watch, and I count them as like kaiju monster kind of, is Attack on Titan, and you can watch Attack on Titan movies, The Crimson Bow and Arrow and The Wings of Freedom, which are compilation movies of episode 1 through 13 and 14 through 25, respectively, and they're actually all redubbed, which is crazy, which I didn't know about. But the same voice actors, but redubbed. So you could watch those. They're each a couple hours long. You know what I mean? Put that on in the background at a Halloween party. Watch people get eaten by titans and monsters and shit. I think that's a good one. That's a good start. And plus, it could get people into the series after that. But I mean, I think, we can all. I mean, one of the most horrifying things to me in Attack on Titan when I first started watching it was the shapes and sizes of all of them and how different each one was. And the ones that
Yeah.
They
smile.
looked like dolls.
The ones that
Yeah,
smile.
the smiling.
Oh my god! And the ones that run all creepy, like like a little kid,
Little mini titans. It's like 10 feet tall.
like a little kid running to just ruin your fucking Christmas, dude. Like, god damn it,
Dude, they look like
Wait for me, I got little legs.
the
Yeah.
ones that run like Kyler Murray,
yeah,
who here watches football.
it looks
No, never mind.
creepy. Like it looks creepy, dude. You know what I mean? So like, I think that's a good one. But without talking too much about that, because
They have what we call a rictus grin.
a rictus grin. I also think another good one, just because I didn't talk about that one too much, is this is a really good. I think this is what they call like a. What do you call it? Fucking psychological horror or whatever. But like we reviewed it a while ago. But it's like an OVA. It's 3 episodes. It's called Le Portrait de Petite Cassette.
Oh
portrait
yeah,
of
I
Cosette.
forgot what happens in that one. It's like a fucked up thing.
It's cool, man. Like it ends up becoming this really surreal, like fucking crucifying thing. But this guy, Irie, he works in an antique shop and he has like a wine glass. He gets like a wine glass, an antique wine glass, and there's a girl who lives in the wine glass named Cosette, and like he starts kind of like falling in love with her, and they talk every night. And it turns out that she was like a daughter from an aristocrat from like the 17th or something.
Did you say Aristocat?
Aristocat? Sorry, I did a Danny, but like no,
Dannyism. We're attributing it to Danny.
it's because Aristocat's one of my favorite Disney movies. Shut up.
That is.
Abraham DeLacy, Giuseppe Casey. No, like like from the 17th century, so some fucking Frenchie or something. But like like it becomes really crazy because like she reveals like later, like I don't remember if it was like she got murdered by her dad or somebody, and then her soul got trapped in the glass, and then he tries to like. She tries to
like Superman 2 style.
Superman 2, yeah, exactly. Fucking Zod and the little thing. And he's trying to like he wants to free her, and she's like trying to like kind of mind fuck him to free her or whatever. But then he's got to do all this crazy ass shit, and it's like, well, dude, he's just a human guy just doing stuff. Like, why would you make him do that? But like it has a lot of like horror imagery in it, and it's like it's really cool. It gets really bloody and like it gets really surreal and creepy. There's a point where you're just like, I have no fucking idea what's happening, but I got a boner right now, and I think that's it's pretty good. I like that. I think scary boners are good.
You're scare roused.
You're scared roused.
Speaking of that, when people did the kinky quiz that we took on our Discord,
Yeah.
I think everybody's lying. Everybody's scores are too high. Sidebar.
No, I think maybe you just suck.
Look, we all know that I'm white bread. Okay.
Nick, you're not kinky enough.
Yeah.
I think you guys are full of yourselves. You
Nick,
wouldn't do that in real life
Just accept that you're not kinky enough.
with the
It's
lights
fine.
on. Oh.
The lights on. What about you guys? Who wants to go next? Danny, Nick, what suggestions you got for people to watch during spooky season?
I would say something. I mean, these are pretty new. Like Toilet Bound Hanako-kun is definitely, I think, very Halloween worthy.
Just a really fun paranormal story, too.
Yeah.
And I think the artwork,
and-
like kind of the really cutesy artwork and coloring palette of that show really fits with like the gore, the little gore you see in it, which is
Yeah,
oddly enough
I
because
mean,
it's like
it's
really
kinda-
cutesy looking. The main character's like, she's got one of my favorite character designs ever. But sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and she kind of like the show also kind of reminds me like how Soul Eater looks, because Soul Eater definitely fits the whole Halloween aesthetic and
Oh
everything.
yeah,
So,
that's like a really good one because it's not too scary for me. It feels super Halloweeny.
yeah, and I feel like that's the same thing with Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. It's not so scary that it also balances with like the cute elements and even like some comedy within it as well. And then there are obviously like you find out more about Hanako and who he was like before he died and everything, and you know there are more events that and like characters that are important to the plot of the story to progress and everything.
Question though, do they make any Moaning Myrtle references? Do the Japanese like Harry Potter? They like Harry Potter, right?
I don't know.
They like Disney. That's not Harry Potter though.
I don't know if they make any Moaning Myrtle references, Nick.
Okay. Well, maybe they should next time. Okay. And what was that movie where the two girls were playing battle shits?
That was in Harold and Kumar
That's what they should add next
Go to
time.
White Castle.
That would draw normies like me into it.
The fuck
And I'm
What
normal.
the fuck is wrong with you? All right, Danny, you got another one? just because I went on.
That show did have really cool art. I remember I didn't like how it moved, so I didn't watch the whole thing.
I didn't like how it moved.
Wow.
It was like lack of movement. I didn't like.
Maybe
how it
you
looked.
should watch the dub next time.
You know,
I did. And I didn't. It was icky.
it was icky.
Did you watch it at 2x speed?
No.
I don't believe you.
You can't watch dubs at 2x speed, Danny, and tarnish our beautiful language.
You've done it. You've done it before. And you said it's not like can't remember what show it was, but you said that the dub sounded weird, and then I asked you. I said, "Did you watch it at 2x speed?" And you're like, "Yes." And I'm like, "Well, then there's your problem."
Yeah, but it sounded weird for 2x speed. I know. I'm the judge. All right, so just lay off. It was one of the shows from this recent season, from summer season, actually. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember what show it was. But anyway, another show I got that is actually pretty new as well is the Mirako-chan, which was the main character, Miko.
Oh, shit,
she
I forgot
sees
about that
dead
one.
people.
I've seen some
So-
dojins of that one lately. Those are kind of
Wonderful.
weird. It's mostly just like a one picture thing, and it's like, oh, okay.
Which one's that one again, Danny?
Moroku-chan.
It's
That was from like last year. I
Moroku-chan,
think.
Miko, the main
Oh,
character, she sees dead
And she
people and she
ignores them.
chooses to ignore
Literally
them.
it's literally the Sixth Sense anime style.
Yeah, that's right.
Without Bruce
Yeah.
Willis.
Yeah, I didn't watch that one. It
Yeah.
wasn't. I wasn't.
That was
It's-
actually a pretty good show.
Yeah,
I really like that
it's
one.
it's definitely like horror comedy because the ghosts are like they are terrifying. Like they're like chills down your spine scary. Like you know it's I don't know how Miko is able to keep a straight face and try to ignore these things because there are a couple times where say for example, like she like looked down a hallway or something like and it's kind of shadowy and everything. There's not much light in there. And she looks down that hallway and then she just like looked away for a second. She looked back and then boom, like there's a freaking dead person right up in her face.
Yeah.
And she just stands there. Like she has no reaction whatsoever.
She grew up on LiveLeak and Rotten.com, so
I really don't.
Don't
know
go there.
how
Don't go there.
I don't know how she does it because, like when bugs and like any sort of like lizard, whenever I'm outside, like just jumps or like it jumps towards or away from me, it scares the living daylights out of me. And I don't think I would
that's
be
because
able
you're soft.
to survive in this show.
Not like me. You got to yell at them. You battle cry at the bugs, and then they
And
run.
then throw your collectibles at it, like Nick.
Yeah. No, I got a rolled up newspaper. All right.
I got roll.
Fucking smack them.
Just pop. Okay, Nick. What about you then? You got a couple that you think is good to watch around?
I do the yelling, crying attack.
The yelling, crying.
So I'm scared at the same time. Oh, we're doing my choice here. All right, let's see what does Crunchyroll have to say.
Oh my God.
Okay, this one is real though. They reminded me of a good one here. The Lost Village, Mayoiga. Now we were talking about Death Note as kind of like a thriller mystery. Mayoiga is even better, believe it or not, than Death Note in every capacity. Okay, it's not. But it's it's like this really weird subversive comedy show where you have Mario Okada is the writer, so you have like this crazy interpersonal drama between all the characters. It's like it's like melodrama way over the top. And then everybody's going to this mysterious village trying to fix whatever's wrong with their life. And people disappear. There's absurd dialogue and plot twists, and it's just really entertaining and just like off the wall. And it's just so bad that it's good. It's like The Room, It's if you guys have heard of The Room, right? With what's his name, Tommy something Wiseau.
Yeah, yeah.
It's The Room is as an anime. That's what it is. Pretty much. I mean, I would say The Room is probably funnier, but like this is still really funny. They even have like a hippopotamus song that they sing on the bus that makes no fucking sense.
Nick would pick a comment. Nick would. I just want to like. I really need to watch The Room, but like someone deep fakes Nick's face on Tommy Wiseau's character.
Yeah. You're scaring me. That's my new thing.
You're scared.
And don't be scared by Mayoiga's Mal rating. It's 5.5. That is deceptively. That's actually a really good rating. You want it to be in that range. If it's a 6 or a 7, don't even bother. 5, that's how you know it's good. School Days, I think, is also a 5.
I stand by the fact that it was just a really bad horror, and Nick wants to just say that it's a comedy to say it's really good.
School Days, guess what? 5.54. Right in the sweet spot.
5 point right in the sweet spot. Nah, dude. Okay, give us another
Hey,
one.
Mother's Basement, I think you made a video about it.
Give us
but
another one, because that one, no.
I'm going to nut hug a little more. Well, we reviewed Mononoke that one year, so check that out.
We
check out that
did,
review.
yeah. That one.
That's
was
like a
pretty
more scary, like folktale type show.
Yeah.
Like ghost stories, creepy shit. But like I like the fluffier stuff. Let's see here.
good. Even though School Days is your favorite anime, and that's not fluffy.
Secretly, it is. Wait, why am I doing 2 in a row? Are we only?
I don't know. I
only
just
going round
Well, I
table?
just figured because, you know.
We're doing Snake Draft. Okay.
Yeah, Snake Draft.
Does Parasite count, or were you going to pick that one, Sam? I don't know if you were picking that.
No, you can say
you
that
could
one.
talk more about Parasite than I could anyway.
We could talk
so.
about it, yeah, because I that one was on my.
I can't talk a lot about it. I just know you would like it, but
Yeah, no, Parasite the Maxim. Yeah, we can talk
That
about
one's
it.
awesome.
I guess another. It's the anime. The title is Another.
Another, yeah.
Really hard to search for it, but
That's one of like the.
that's another like Mayoiga. It's fun. It's like Final Destination, but it's funnier because it's anime.
Okay, Nick just thinks people dying is funny. Like it's just like.
Sidebar: Japan Sinks, another great Halloween anime.
Oh no.
Another is like one
Oh,
of those
man.
peak moe gore.
Let's just say, don't walk down the stairs carrying an umbrella. Okay,
No, dude.
trust me.
I throw it down first, and then I walk down the stairs.
Yeah, Sam's just like, fuck that. I've seen that show.
Nope. Or I get one of those like contractable ones, you know, that like is really small and stubby at the end, and then carry that because I'm not even chancing that bitch. But yeah, dude. Yeah, another is it's like you know, Higurashi moe gore shit. Just
Yeah, I would recommend Higurashi, but I haven't finished it. I know I watched it like half of the first season like 4 years ago, and it was good, and I just didn't get back to it. So
to be fair,
Yeah, Higurashi.
Nick has wanted to review it, and I keep going, I don't want to. So you guys do it without me, and then we
yeah,
just
you guys are being fucking grumpy gooses.
and we just
Gusses.
never schedule it. Well, you can do it. I don't want to do it.
Shit, maybe fuck. You gotta push me into stuff. I don't do stuff.
But like,
That's what I was telling Kai that like you literally have to put it in the schedule or else Nick won't do it.
And it's not because I don't have time.
well, you know,
My time is worthless.
You have zero effort into just like thinking like, hey, I'm gonna do this, and then just plan it. You don't plan.
Nick has executive dysfunction. I get it. It happens. Sometimes we're like,
I have general dysfunction.
but like, no, yeah, Parasite the Maxim though. Like, yeah, that's the one I was gonna talk about next.
Yeah,
anyway.
you talk about that because that's like a monster body horror like The Fly kind of, except
Yeah,
not that weird.
Yeah, and I think we've talked about it a few times. I don't know if we've necessarily straight up reviewed it, but like, yeah, this is the one that's.
I've talked about it a little bit.
That was on your
because
guys'
I
decade list,
remember-
wasn't it?
It was, yeah. This is based on a mango chutney actually from like the 90s, I think, and
They made it into a show in like 20-teens.
yeah. And the show is called The Maxim, just like to differentiate it from the manga. But like, I don't know how close it is to the manga. I think it's pretty close.
2014.
But like, these alien parasite things come to Earth and they take over bodies, human bodies, and they can use like the human body to like change it into different shapes and all kinds of stuff. And the main character Shinichi sees it crawling up his arm, so he tightens his like headphones around it, and it gets stuck in his right hand. So then the alien is like in his right hand, and then they get like a mutual relationship of like, well, if you die, then I'm gonna die, and if I die, then you're gonna die because I'm connected to your brain now. So like, we're separate but the same. And so they decide to like, live together and fight other parasites because they're not necessarily all on the same side. They just started invading, Earth and whatever. And so like a lot of ways they change the bodies and human bodies and stuff is like it looks horrible, looks scary, like Nick said, body horror, One of the girls, like I think her name is, I'm looking at Analyst right now, Ryoko Tamiya. She's like a office lady teacher person. Oh, substitute math teacher.
She's like the big baddie.
She's one of the big baddies at first, yeah. And like her face kind of like tears up in a spiral way, and there's teeth, and it's like, oh god,
Yeah.
that's creepy. Like,
she has teeth in her face.
yeah, teeth in her face.
Disgusting.
Yeah, dude.
I like my women toothless.
There is another character like Shinichi, where his parasite got stuck in his chin, and so like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, that was funny. So they're not fully taken over, by the parasite. But like, yeah, no, like it was stuck in his chin, and actually kind of looked. He had like a cartoony butt chin a little bit, but yeah, like the Parasite the Maxim is really cool. I feel like most people could watch. There's like some really like sad parts in it in the middle too, and it's really good. I think it's really cool because it is actiony, yeah, but like there's a lot of body horror, shredding, gore, and things like that. It's really cool. I like it. Parasite the Maxim. Plus, it's got like one of my favorite openings of all time. I love that song. As Nick Collins.
That's a great
mean,
soundtrack
the
too. That
OST
one song they always play.
Yeah.
The OST for that is really great.
Yeah.
It's very like EDM techno music compared to like what the show is like.
There's a lot of industrial sounding music in it, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is cool because, industrial comes from like counterculture and things like that and horror stuff. So
I like residential music better.
what
That has the green coloring in SimCity.
just to kind of segue from that, another one that I picked on my list is one that I personally forgot about that I actually loved when I was a kid. And this anime came out in 2002, but it premiered on Adult Swim like I think 2005 or 6. But it's called Witch Hunter Robin.
Yes.
Super dope. So there's these people called craft users, and they fight these deadly beings known as witches. And the main character's name is Robin. And
Wait, slow down.
okay,
Their name is Robin?
her name is Robin Sena. Yes. I don't get the joke. What's the joke? Like, explain.
The title of the show is named Witch Hunter Robin, so I'm like, slow
Oh,
down.
okay,
Their
yeah.
name is Robin?
Oh, you're saying the main character is... Yeah. Yeah. And she's... I mean, I'm just going to say it straight up. I think, like, her character design is just super underrated. She's really cute. Got these pigtails, long red trench coats with glasses. She's glasses waifu.
Oh, yeah, she's pretty hot, dude.
I love me some glasses waifu. And she's super cool. She's badass. There's a couple scenes where she's, like, chilling. So she just... is wearing like a black dress, under her coat, and when she's not wearing her coat, it's really good. I'm like, oh shit, she looks so hot. She's cute, dude. She's super badass.
This is very goth looking.
Yes, it's very goth, very, very.
Because it takes place in the early 2000s.
Yes, very goth.
When did goth start? 90s?
80s,
80s, okay.
70s, 80s. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because that was like a punk thing, wasn't it?
Technically, yeah. Technically, you could say it started in the Victorian era. Technically, you could say that.
Okay.
Yeah. But like, yeah, it's yeah.
I mean, like modern, I guess.
Oh, modern goth? Yeah, you could say like probably 80s or whatever. Probably 80s, like, The Cure. They call them trad goths or 80s goths or, new wavers. But like...
Because I always think of My Chemical Romance, but that wasn't until later. They were like mid-2000s.
a lot of people regarded them as like punk. because they wore like
Emo
the
punk.
they wore like the suits.
Oh, emo. Is that a different thing?
Yeah, similar.
Same.
Subculture.
They,
Subgenre.
if you ask them if they're emo, they'll tell you no. But a lot of emo kids like My Chemical Romance. We'll just say that.
There's this guy. Oh shoot, who's that YouTuber? It's a guy. He always breaks into song.
Oh yeah,
forget his name.
Every video on his channel is like felt.
And his girlfriend is like so exasperated by it.
Yeah, he's like felt emo might delete later or whatever. Like
Yeah.
it's really funny.
I'll find the name here.
Yeah.
You guys go ahead.
But yeah, Witch Hunter Robin's really good. I really like Witch Hunter Robin. This is kind of the more actiony, kind of like.
That was one of the shows that I kind of caught on Adult Swim. I never really watched it from beginning to end.
Yeah,
The channel's name is Emo's Not Dead.
Yeah, that's it. Emo's Not Dead. Yeah, I caught it on Adult Swim. Never got to finish it, obviously, because I never tuned into it every Saturday. Especially if I was at a friend's house that weekend or something, whatever the
Yeah.
fuck. But like, a couple years later, when I watched it on like the internet somewhere, I think, on my computer, I do remember watching like it was like one of the last episodes, like a climactic part. And I was like, oh, I don't want to turn it on. I don't want to watch this. Because the reason I had it on was because they were premiering the OVA of Read or Die. And I was like, oh, shit. I don't want to watch this because it's going to spoil. And then I just turned it back when Read or Die started. Back when, you had to, like, have a TV remote and change channels and shit. But, like, yeah.
And literally wait until something finished.
Just go to the TV Guide channel. Yeah, I don't know. But, like,
Guys, I haven't seen Read or Die, the show, because I still have to watch the prequel, Read or Curl Up into a Ball.
Sure, the crickets.
Am I doing it again? Am I making too many crappy
I'll put the crickets right here. Put the crickets
All right,
right
last
here.
one. That was my last one.
Yeah, anyway, Danny, you got another one?
I do. It's called Ghost Hunt.
Ghost
I don't
what?
know. Ghost Hunt.
Okay. I thought you called me a name.
Would you? Ghost Cunt.
Nick, you know what, dude? You're being
It's surprisingly slimy.
you're being a ghost cunt right now. Which one's Ghost Hunt? I don't know if that doesn't sound familiar to me.
Ghost Hunt is it's about this kid. His name is Kazuya Shibuya. He's the president of the Shibuya Psychic Research Company, and he pretty much takes on jobs that has to do with paranormal activity, and the story revolves around him and excuse me, this girl named Mai Tanayama, and her friends like to exchange ghost stories. And on campus, on school grounds where she goes to, there's actually like an abandoned school building, and that's kind of where many of the ghost stories are centered. And they just so happen to meet up with Kazuya Shibuya because the principal of Taniyama's school called him to investigate the abandoned school building. And it just pretty much just centers around these characters. And Shibuya, he tends to grab other people. So like he grabs a monk, a Christian priest, and a spirit medium to kind of just like help with these like monster of the week kind of ghost stories and stuff. It's very underrated. Not a lot of people know about it. I think it was on Netflix one time, and I was all like, oh, this looks interesting. So, and I watched it, and I ended up really enjoying it. So it's from 2006, and who's the studio? JC Staff was the one who did the studio.
Sure.
And it's based on a light novel, and then there's also if anyone's really not too big on light novels, there is a manga alternative for it. So
Okay.
but yeah, it's really
Add
cute.
it to my list.
It's really cute. I might maybe we can watch it for our 2000s decade spotlight.
Oh.
Nudge,
Oh, shit. Danny's trying to drop hints right now. She's like, wait a second.
Yeah, Danny's campaigning illegally.
That's illegal, Danny. You're doing illegal activity.
I don't know what you're talking
No
about.
campaigning in a school zone.
I don't know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
No champagne. Champagne.
Again, I don't know what you're talking about.
Champagne?
She's champagne.
Champagne.
I love when we play Wordle and we always say that Nick or Sen cheats, and then Fruit starts saying like cheese.
Fruit started it.
Yeah.
She was like, nip chip.
Well, first I started saying Nick cheat or whatever, or Sen started saying cheat it. You cheat it, and then
Yeah,
I started
yeah.
saying cheat, and then Fruit started saying you cheddar or whatever, and then now she just says straight up cheese names. She's like,
Well, now it's just like the first letter of their name, and then you add anything at the end.
yeah.
And then you just like CH and then anything.
Yeah, yeah. But Fruit will say cheese name. She'll be like, y'all Manchego. The other day she was like, I think Nick Roquefort. Roquefort cheese. Nick, you got another one? Give us another fluffy one that you think is like, okay, it's not scary, but this is
Okay,
Halloween.
we already reviewed. Okay, this is not fluffy at all. Never mind. Okay, and I mentioned School Live, School Live.
live in school.
There's not that many good fluffy ones. I mean, there's like episodes of shows, but like you have to watch the whole show. That's different.
Mm.
Oh shoot, this one's not fluffy. I need to see this one, Mirai Nikki. That's not fluffy though.
That is definitely not fluffy. That's Future Diaries.
There's not a lot of good fluffy Halloween. I mean, I guess like any magical girl show, right? That counts, like Doremi or Sugar
I wouldn't
Rune.
really. No, I don't really.
Those don't
I
really
wouldn't
count?
Count that. No.
What
I
about
wouldn't
Little
really
Witch
count that.
Academia? Huh? Can I interest you in a Little Witch Academia?
See, that's very.
Little
that's-
I would-
Witch?
I would say
would-
so. Yeah, because
I would count that. Yeah.
because
I
that's
would count
centered
that.
around witches, right? That's like a witchy.
Right.
So is Witch Hat Atelier,
Yeah.
right? But Witch Hat Atelier takes place in a very like fantastical world, whereas
That one's like less funny though. That one's more
Yeah,
like
yeah.
bittersweet or something.
whereas Little Witch Academia also takes place in a somewhat fantastical world, but like it's very I don't know. It's like I don't know. Maybe I'm making stuff up now. I don't know. But like I would say Little Witch because Little Witch Academia presents that very much like cartoony witch, that very much like media portrayed witch, where with the brim hats and the pointy hats, they do spells, they can conjure up things, apothecaryism, things like that. But yeah, I don't know. I just really like Witch Hat. I like Little Witch a lot and Witch Hat. So don't ask me.
That's the fluffiest one I know.
It is pretty.
I could be
it is pretty-
missing something.
Ursula, best girl. Akko, best girl. No, Susie, best girl. You know what?
Nope, Akko is best girl.
The whole show is
I've said
best
it.
girl.
When Akko turns into an elephant, I cried. That's the best part. She just turns into random like creatures
No tear Nick.
because she can't do
I
magic.
found a fluffy one.
No tear Nick cries at that scene. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to Danny.
Best fluffy
Um,
anime.
Rosario plus vampire.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You know why I'm a slut? Because I've never seen that one still.
I haven't either.
Oh damn.
Okay,
Okay.
Flying Witch would be fluffier, but that's not really.
Okay. Wait. Remind me what that show's about again. Because like, let me look it up. Because I don't know if I like. Isn't this the same like artist who did like Gundam Seed and Code Geass?
Sounds right.
I don't know.
Not mangaka, but same. Oh, never mind. I'm completely wrong. I thought it was like the same character designer. Never mind. I am completely wrong. I am a
Well,
dummy.
so for Code Geass, the character design for that was Clamp.
Yeah, no, I'm wrong. I just looked it up. I'm wrong. But there is a panty shot in season 2. I just found it. Google Images. Let's go. Panty shot.
LOL.
Oh, dude, there's a lot of panty shots. Maybe I should
There's
watch.
a panty shot in an
This
anime.
is a
What?
this is a harem. This is like a
yeah,
harem
but this
for
is like
sure.
yeah, but Nick, this is like panty shots. Like
Do they got like the
Ooh,
skid marks on
oh
those
my
panties?
gosh.
what the fuck
I
is
know
wrong with
there's
you?
like a couple of fluffy Halloween ones I already know
Danny,
after this.
2000 and 2009 is banned. What else you got?
No, Danny, go ahead. Don't listen to Nick.
Yeah, well, Rosario plus Vampire is just about this guy. His name is Sukune, and he accidentally gotten himself admitted into Yokai Academy, which is a school that is attended by monsters.
Yeah, okay.
And and just when he thinks he'll run away from there, he meets this beautiful girl, Mocha, and his mood turns ultra happy. I'm literally reading the synopsis.
Ultra happy.
Ultra happy.
Plus ultra happy.
Plus ultra happy.
However, she transforms into her true form when the rosary on her chest is taken off, and she's a super vampire. So, and her true form is like this silver-haired waifu. So,
Like Sophie from Howl's Moving Castle.
yeah. This one's cute. I mean, I don't remember a whole lot that happens in this show. But if you like, the Monster Girls kind of trope and a love triangle harem, it's really cute.
Does it stand up to Monster Musume?
I would say Monster Musume definitely has a lot more boobs and ecchi versus Rosario plus Vampire. I feel like Rosario plus Vampire is more like those cutesy panty shots versus just like straight up boobs. But then again,
faces.
I don't really remember a whole lot on what happens in the show. It's been a very long time since I've seen it. So
I found another semi-fluffy anime. This isn't really fluffy, but
okay, well you go first
Blood
and then I'll say my
Blockade.
next one.
Battlefront.
Oh, I still haven't seen
Kekai
that.
Sensen.
I gotta watch it.
This is Somcore. You would love this shit. It's kind of like okay, the recommendations. It's a little bit like Doro Hidoro, but less gory. Just because it's this wacky. It's like Bakano Doro Hidoro Durarara.
Sure.
It's kind of in that vein. And you just have you have crazy supernatural monsters. Like off the synopsis, there's supersonic monkeys, vampires, talking fishmen, and lots of different monsters living alongside humans. And I think they're living in New York, and it's like Men in Black a little bit. So that's the gist of it.
Okay.
There's a whole story to it. I don't want to get way into it, but yeah, it's a fun show. I mean, it's not the greatest anime ever, but like it's Studio Bones, so it has really good animation. One of the best anime EDs ever. So check it out.
Sure. All right.
Another fluffy Halloween one I got is Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun. That one's new.
Oh, that could work too.
This one's aired
Oh, shoot,
in
I haven't seen that one yet.
2019, and the third season is actually airing this fall.
That show sucks.
That has a really high score.
What are you talking about? You guys have no idea what you're talking about. This show is
never mind.
hilarious.
It has like an 8.0 on Mal. That's pretty good.
The show is great. The show is hilarious. I love it.
I don't like that show. The show sucks.
How do you know? Have you watched it?
I watched the first episode, I think. The first two, I think. I don't remember.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, because we did it for first impressions. No, I've heard it's really good, though.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's super cute.
I got
Bandai Namco Pictures does it.
I got a fluffy one. A1 Pictures. Interviews with Monster Girls, dude. Vampires.
I never watched that one.
Oh, it's really cute, man.
This one, yeah, it's more of a cute show.
Yeah, I don't know if you really count that super Halloweeny, but it's just like the Monster Girls is what gets me. Because, like, there's a vampire, there's a Dullahan.
It's celebrating
then-
our differences.
And then a snow woman. A snowman.
Oh, God. That one, she, like, melts.
I like the episode where it's kind of inappropriate, but, like, I like the episode
And they
where,
all have a crush on the teacher, like everybody.
the Dullahan.
It's a secret harem.
The Dullahan Machi, like, goes on a date with him, or what she thinks is a date. And he's like, he just thinks they're just hanging out for the day because whatever reason. Because he's supposed to, like, interview these girls or whatever. But, like, yeah, it's really funny. Just to bring it back to kind of, like, the, like, or
The scary
I don't know how
stuff?
Nick does it, but he's, when Nick,
Huh.
yeah.
You got to shiver.
You gotta shiver, yeah, you gotta shimmer. No, dude. Okay, this one came in my head when I was trying to look for the. I thought of Perfect Blue, but then that made me think of another one. Perfect Blue.
I mean, Perfect Blue is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great movie for Halloween.
This is like sit down watch, like for real. It's a good movie. Satoshi Kon, really good. Hour 20 minutes.
All of his movies, everybody watch all of them.
Yeah.
And Paranoia Agent.
And Paranoia Agent. We've talked about those extensively, but it made me think of this one when I thought of it, and Blue Gender. And so,
oh shit, that's like proto Attack on Titan kind of.
I mean, pretty much. Like, okay, so here's what I think of it as. Like, I was gonna say Attack on Titan, like Nick said, obviously, but like, the first Alien movie, right, was marketed as like a space horror, a sci-fi horror, right?
Die Hard in space, if you will.
No, because like it was meant
That was
to be,
before Die Hard.
it was meant to be more.
That's how they market it.
It was meant to be more of like a monster slasher fic. This monster alien was going around killing people.
I just think it'd be funny if that was their elevator pitch.
Well, you're not.
It's
far,
Die Hard in space.
Well, you're not far
Die
off.
Hard?
You're not far off though, because like later on they got more actiony and less horror-y. You know what I mean? So like, Blue Gender is like the perfect example of like, a sci-fi horror in my opinion. So like this guy named Yuji is sick with a disease, okay? And nobody knows what it is. So they're like, it takes place in 2009 and the anime came out in 1999. So like, obviously they thought it was going to be more futuristic of the fucking, whatever. But
in
like
10 years, we'll be fucking off planet.
So like they put
some shit.
Well, it takes place in 2009 on Earth, and everything looks kind of present day for the most part, except they have like cryostasis technology, right? So they're like, let's put you to sleep, let's freeze you, and then we'll wake you up when we have a cure, hopefully in the next like 5 years. He doesn't wake up until 22 years later, and he wakes up to the Earth being ravaged by these aliens called blues. They're like insectoid alien creatures, right? They got vagina mouths and they're nasty. And the thing that he's infected with, they find that there's a connection between what he's infected with and these creatures. And they're called B cells or blue cells in his body. And it becomes like this, like when, like there's like so much gore, there's a bunch of sex, nudity, there's a bunch of fucking, there's a bunch of dying. Like when these monsters get a hold of you, man, it's like that Dunyons. You're done. Get out of here. Game over, man. Game over. Like it's oh, you know what? Same creator as Gasaraki and Armored Trooper Votoms. Gasaraki is a really cool one because it's like
I've heard of Votoms. Votom.
Yeah. Gasaraki is like a big robot kind of like exo mobile suit kind of show, and it's really serious, kind of about war, the dark times of war kind of thing. Whereas this one is like a straight up like monster alien horror sci-fi, and it's by Ryosuke Takahashi. And
is that the Inuyasha?
That's Rumiko
No,
Takahashi.
That's Rumiko. Are they not related?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
Yeah. But like, yeah, dude, Blue Gender, really cool. And so here's the thing about Blue Gender. It's 26 episodes, yeah. But like, I can't find the studio who did it. But it's 26 episodes, but there's also a movie compilation called Blue Gender the Warrior, and it has a different ending. I don't know what that ending is because I've never seen it. I've only seen the series. But yeah, I probably has a bad ending or something, or a way nicer ending than the series. But like really cool. I like Blue Gender a lot. One more I'm gonna say is like for shonen wise, Jujutsu Kaisen, because there's a bunch of evil spirit exorcism things happening, and it's actiony and shonen-y, and I think it's pretty good for like there's some scary shit in it, I think. But also it's long running.
Oh yeah, how do we forget Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen. I mean, it's exorcism. There's scary spirits.
I think about that a lot. Just the idea of feeding somebody a finger, and how gross that is. And I'm like, maybe we should feed some of these CEOs their own fingers. Some billionaires.
That's what I'm talking about.
Keep them alive, but feed them their own fucking finger. Okay.
And also, like, Tokyo Ghoul is another one. I think I like the anime.
I was just about to say that.
I've-
I mean, I never watched the anime.
Oh, yeah,
I did
Tokyo
read the
Ghoul,
manga,
yeah.
so
I've never
but-
read
Season
Like-
1. Apparently, Season 2 is not good.
Yeah,
Or 3.
season 2, like, they did like an anime original ending, and people hated it, I guess. But like
But Season 3, I'm not sure. I feel like people didn't love it either.
the first season is really good. The climax is when he fights Jason, and really fucking cool.
It has one of the best anime openings ever.
Yeah, I remember when Nick picked that for like one of our anime OP episodes, and I was like, God fucking damn it, I wish I chose.
I hadn't
this
even
one.
seen the show when I picked it.
Yeah. But like, I remember like I was so mad that I was so jealous that I didn't pick that one because it was a good OP. But
Oh,
yeah,
I told you could take it.
no, you
I thought I
guys,
did. I'm
you
like,
guys
steal mine. I'll pick something else.
You guys go ahead, and that's all I got for now. But if you guys got any more, let's hear it.
I have one more.
Okay.
This is like a movie series. Or Danny, do you want to go first, or should I go?
You can go if you already got
Okay.
something.
This is Garden of Sinners, Kara no Kyokai,
Oh,
and this was released in the late 2000s by Studio Ufotable, based on a light novel. I watched these a number of years ago, so I don't have the full details, but it's the main character is Shiki, and she has like these eyes of death perception or something. And I've mentioned the show in this movies in the past, and they're kind of like out of order too. Like the release order is different from the chronological order, so you can Google the watch order. I'm not 100% sure what the watch order should be. What I do is I just watch stuff as it was released. So like I always go with release order for almost everything. Because I mean I figure they did that for a reason, right? But
yeah.
What do I know? So
This is one of those.
you can start
ones-
with movie 1 and go 1 to 7, or you can Google the other order. But
Yeah, and I think Nick normally you would say me and Nick would normally say release order, but like yeah.
I mean this one might be different. I'm not sure, but I watched it in release order. That's how I did it.
Sure. Yeah, this is one of those ones by illustrated by Takashi Takeuchi, and Type Moon published, and they published it like self-published it at Comic-Cat in like the 90s. But like,
yeah, and it's really cool.
yeah,
There's a lot of like it's very much like a thriller, supernatural, suspense, drama, mystery type of show. You have this is gonna be hard to describe. It's just if you like Fate, you'll like this because it's ufotable. It's like a mystery version of Fate, kind of. Because there's a lot of really cool action scenes and great animation, and it's the same studio, so it's a little bit like
really good at adapting Type Moon stuff at this point. You know what I mean? But yeah,
yeah, they're kind of hand in hand there.
yeah.
It's almost like Boogie Pop Phantom, except I think better.
Yeah, even
But
the,
I mean, you have Shiki. She's fighting off. I don't even fucking know, dude. She's like there's mystery she has to solve in 90s Japan, and the victims have like similarities, and Shiki has to solve these mysteries, and she has people who help her. And I think movie 5 is like the craziest shit. So if you can get to movie 5, like it gets real crazy. Like it's like you're watching. It's like, what is it? 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's like a really art house type of movie.
yeah,
But yeah, each movie has like a little bit different feel to it. One is actually pretty easy to get into. It's shorter. It's like 50 minutes. So check it out.
yeah. The main character, Shiki, she's a guest character in the game Melty Blood, which is a Type Moon like fighting game by French Bread, and they put her as like actually Melty Blood actress again. I think she's in it too. But like, yeah, she's like a guest character with her knife and shit. But if you go to Wikipedia and just Google, or not Google, but Wikipedia search the Garden of Sinners or Kara no Kyokai, there's a little table that somebody made under the plot that tells you the release order and then tells you the chronological order next to it. So, you can do it that way if you want, or however way you want to do it.
Yeah, because sometimes it actually is better to do release or sometimes chronological. Like with Haruhi, they released it in like a weird order. But apparently it's better to watch it in the weird order. Some people say it is.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's kind of because I didn't read the manga Crows first. I watched the Zero movies, which are prequels to the manga. And so it would have been cool to like read the manga and then watch the prequel movies and be like, oh, that character's in the manga. You know what I mean? Like, but obviously it didn't happen that way. But like,
Yeah, and you can be like, oh, if you already know what happens, where's the tension? But like, there's still tension if they do it right. just like finding out how stuff happens is really cool. This is not anime, but Star Wars Andor, they're doing the same. It's like prequel shit basically.
Yeah.
It's right before the movie Rogue One is when it's taking place, but it's like still really tense. Like they had a heist episode lately, and I was like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? Like, so if you do it right, it's good.
Right. Okay, Danny, you got one more? A couple more?
I got a couple more. Castlevania.
Oh yeah, fucking.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I fucking didn't say that shit. God damn it.
Castlevania, Devilman Crybaby.
Castlevania is pretty fluffy, honestly.
It's definitely more actiony.
It's a feel good. They got the comedy quips. I like that.
We just gotta
Yeah.
review the new season with Kai because we just make Kai do all the Castlevania stuff. But yeah, those are good ones.
I never watched this one, but Corpse Party, Tortured Souls.
That sounds fluffy.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not at all. I found an article that said best horror anime, and this little description says Corpse Party Tortured Souls is a look into the lives of students of Kisaragi Academy, previously Heavenly Host Elementary, where the gruesome murders of both children and its staff took place. Students there are spending their final moments with the friend who's about to transfer to another school, and they decide to perform a strange ritual to ensure they'll always be together. The Sachiko Ever After charm is performed, but the students all end up blacking out and waking up into a very strange place, the very same academy all the children and students were murdered at years ago. This game-inspired 14-episode OVA is a quick watch that's also great for a horror anime viewing marathon, and you can watch it on High Dive. Never watched it. Seems interesting. This picture that they have in this article is very creepy. There's this, it looks like a child, and there's an eyeball like stabbed onto a key or something like that. It's really creepy.
Nice. Told you it was fluffy.
Another one, Dead Man Wonderland.
Oh yeah, Dead Man Wonderland.
What else do they have?
Oh,
here? I
shit.
said Devilman Crybaby.
Yep.
The Flowers of Evil.
Oh, the
Don't know-
rotoscope.
don't know
People
that
hated that one because it was rotoscoped.
Oh really?
I come to anime for cartoons. Okay?
Another one that I haven't watched yet. It's called Hell Girl.
Oh, I heard that one was good.
Yeah. Isn't that one really violent?
It's an anthology series of explored horror stories, and Hellgoro is a vast collection of one-shot tales that explore the main character, and each story is a short story that revolves around a person who's been tormented by another.
Sure.
Upon reaching their breaking point, they're able to access a strange website where they can submit a request to have their tormentor sent to hell.
Nice.
It explores a vast wide variety of stories, such as a girl asking for a stalker to be sent to hell, and an actress banishing another performer after an attempt at ruining her voice to take the lead role in a production.
Yeah. Nice.
So
Nice.
they also have Japan Sinks in here.
Japan Sinks.
I called it.
And I think my last one that I'm gonna say is Mushishi.
I still haven't seen that one either.
Oh my
that's
gosh,
that's like a
What the
fall
hell?
asleep horror.
I don't know. It's again another like kind of monster of the week kind of thing. It's very slow. It's not like action pack really. So, but yeah, I think there's like 2 seasons of that. I don't know how many episodes. Oh, and my last one is the case study of Vanitas.
Oh yeah.
So,
Anything vampires.
yeah.
Yeah. Also, we should have mentioned this too, but like Wicked City and Urotsukidoji.
Black Butler.
Black Butler. Helsing, I think.
That-
What was that?
Oh,
was
Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, there you
Vampire Hunter
go.
D. Yeah, there
The
we go.
best character designs and Sakuga in any Halloween thing.
Yoshitaka Amano, let's go.
Oh.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Pretty good shows that we listed and movies that we listed. I think you guys have a nice plethora. You got a buffet of beauty right there to choose from that you can watch. You know, some of these obviously, you know, it might be a good idea to just put them on in the background. Some of these I would a lot of these I would sit down and watch. But yeah, I think these are all great to watch during the spooky season should the situation arrive. I also say watch them anyway, but I think if you're in the spirit, you don't normally watch something gory or scary or spooky. These are good
Yeah,
choices.
don't let the season of Halloween stop you from watching any of this creepy stuff.
True.
In November, it's just October 32nd,
Yeah, exactly.
all the way.
Yeah, that's Nick's.
We're on October fucking 330th right now.
Yeah, it's Nick's,
whatever.
Nick's solo cast calendar. You know what I mean?
Do we want? Let's recommend live action Halloween stuff. Go, The Mummy.
Any
I just wanted to say
any freaking chance for you to just recommend that?
Brendan Fraser at his peak.
It's. I was telling a friend. I was like, "Look, you knew Brendan Fraser from The Mummy. I knew him from George of the Jungle. We're not the same." Like,
Right?
It was like 5 years apart. Oh, but they're saying like him as like a himbo.
no, just like when you discovered, Brendan Fraser. For me, it was
Yeah,
George
but you
of
got
the
the
Jungle.
himbo and you got the action star.
I would say, well, my favorite slasher of all time is Halloween. Michael Myers is my favorite. He's my husband, and he'll kill you.
Which year? There's remakes of it, right?
Yeah, it's kind of confusing, but yes. So like the trilogy that just came out these last like 3 or 4 years are technically a sequel to the very first one.
Which was what, 1970 or something? Or
In 70, Danny just said it like yesterday to me. 70 something. Yeah, 78. I should know this.
Wait, what are you talking about?
The very first Halloween, John Carpenter's.
oh yeah, 1978. Yep.
Yeah. The trilogy that just came out, with the third one that just came out 4 days ago, is technically a sequel to that very first one. And so like all of the subsequent sequels that came before that are retconned to this. But like there's also Rob Zombie's like timeline, which he stopped at 2 because I don't know, he just didn't want to do it anymore, or I don't know, 2 kind of sucked. But he's still like, regardless, he's still my favorite slasher. My favorite.
Yeah, that
like,
mask is iconic.
yeah, it's very iconic. Yeah, and I do like Chucky a lot. I'm watching the Chucky TV
So
series.
for there is a house. I can't remember where it is, but there's a house for sale, and the pictures in it, every single picture of the house or even rooms or anything like that has a guy standing dressed up as Michael Myers in awkward.
They did that on purpose.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
creepy.
Like there's a bedroom,
Oh wait a second,
or
this is weird,
something,
Danny.
and-
I'm on the
and-
same. Go ahead.
and there's a window of the bedroom, and Michael Myers is just standing by the outside of the window.
So I'm on that same site, Dan. I don't see Michael Myers anywhere. What are you looking at? Danny's the only one who can see
Just
him.
gaslight Danny. No, dude. Like, yeah. And what about you, Danny? What's your favorite?
Oh.
We forgot to mention this earlier, by the way, but you should see another cinematography episode.
Yes, we did.
yeah.
We did Halloween Town and the Craft,
Yeah.
and Mike Adu was our guest for that.
Yeah,
Thank you again, Mike, for that.
which is perfect timing because like he kind of grew up with that. He was in that like coming of age part of his life when
Yeah.
those movies came out,
Yeah.
whereas me and Danny were kids. So it's
Yeah.
kind of interesting to hear his take on like those movies when he hadn't seen them.
My favorite Halloween movie. Honestly, it's gonna have to be Beetlejuice.
Yeah, Beetlejuice is too
Oh,
good.
that's a good one.
It's good. Yeah.
Like
When they dance, the dinner party. I love that scene.
Michael Keaton does such a good job as Beetlejuice. I love that whole movie.
I watched that clip of like when they meet him the first time, and he's like pitching like I watched that clip so much because it's so damn funny. He's like, hey, I'm a nice guy. Come on, like, we're good together. Come on.
I like when he's in the waiting room and he's like stroking the torso, like just the disembodied legs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's like
yeah.
Miss Argentina
Well,
or something.
that's the ending credit. That's
Yeah,
the ending
yeah,
credits.
Yeah. You know what he reminds me of? Dr. Disrespect.
Who's Dr. Disrespect?
He's the guy who wears the aviation glasses and like the jumpsuit,
Oh,
like the red suit,
yeah.
the streamer.
Oh.
He reminds me of Beetlejuice. He's
That's
like a really
totally-
tall because he's like super tall too. But
That's totally what that is, yeah. No, dude, Beetlejuice is good. That's a good one. Hell yeah, dude. All right. There. You have even more recommendations, non-anime at the end there, okay? Fucking bitches. We hope you're enjoying your spooky season so far. I know, I kind of am. Just watched Halloween Ends. Don't know how I feel about it. I'll tell you about it later. Just watched some other spooky stuff. Trisha showed me The Witches of Eastwick. I love that movie now. It's really great. Shout out Susan Sarandon. Shout out Cher. And shout out Michelle Pfeiffer. But yeah, dude. Oh, and Jack Nicholson is in it as well.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a
ooh,
good
The
movie.
Shining.
Shout out The Shining. Shout out The Shining. And yeah, dude. Hope you're enjoying it so far. Stay creepy. Stay safe if you're going trick or treating. Stay safe, please. No, they're not putting drugs in your fucking candy. Okay, that shit's expensive.
Or raisins.
Sounds like they're not. It's expensive. That's why they're not doing it.
That's exactly why, man. Do you know how much how much it is
Yeah.
for a half O nowadays?
Well, I mean, they could just yeah. Even fentanyl has inflation these days. It's crazy.
But no, I love you guys very much. I'll always love you just the way you are. Happy spooky season. Let us know what your favorite scary anime spooky things to watch anime during this season, if we didn't mention it. That being said, I've been Sam. That's been Knock. That's been Danny. And this has been the Anime Summit Spooky Cast.
Ooh.